No stranger to storms, but as we said, Idalia could go down in history as the first to produce hurricane-force winds in Florida state capital, and that is where we find NBC's Maggie Vespa. Maggie is in Tallahassee for us. Maggie, it looks and sounds like it's coming down pretty hard there as well.
Yeah, Craig, it definitely is. And as you know, Tallahassee, because we've been following this forecast, obviously, for days, it really wasn't in kind of the path of the storm, so to speak. At least a lot of people around here weren't that concerned really until yesterday. And that's when Idalia kind of tracked west a little bit. And now we've got this really populated area, the wind picking up. As you can hear, 200,000 plus people. Again, as you said, Florida state capital, home to Florida State University, Florida A&M. Now this area is really concerned. A lot of people we saw out filling sandbags kind of frantically yesterday. But I want to show you that a lot of the businesses around here, you can pan over to this window, they're not boarded up. People here really weren't as concerned or haven't been as concerned for days on end like their counterparts kind of farther east and farther south. And point out, we are kind of in the outer bands of this, so a lot of people worried most about wind, about downed trees, about power outages. Gabe talked about emergency crews out on the roads. The local sheriff doing interviews this morning saying once winds here get to 35 miles per hour sustained, that is when they will also not be able to be out on the road. Deputies can't be out driving around and basically not helping people who aren't prepared for a storm of this strength rolling through. But again, Tallahassee, an incredibly populated area, as we point out, a college town, the capital of Florida, now newly in the path of this storm, and a lot of people very worried as it rolls in. Right.
All right, Maggie Vespa there in Tallahassee. Maggie, thank you. Just a few moments ago, we were there in Tampa. Let's go 80 miles north of Tampa. This is Crystal River, Florida. NBC's Tom Yamas riding out of Idalia there in Crystal River. Tom, what's the scene like there?
Hey, Craig, good morning. Great to be with you. So we're feeling some of those outer bands from Hurricane Idalia right now. This is the strongest the rain has hit us so far this morning. We've gotten a little bit of power outages here and there. We just took a power hit about 30 minutes ago. The wind right now is not a problem here, and it shouldn't be for this area, but it's all this water, right? Just behind me here, this may look like a road here, but this is actually a canal, and this is the big fear, right? Because the rain is just picking up right now. The tide looks to be going out, but it's going to be coming in very shortly, and it's that king tide, that 2 feet elevation from the storm surge that's coming in here. You know, they say when you cover hurricanes, Craig, the wind hurts you, the water kills you, and that's the big fear here. Worst case scenario, 12-foot storm surge. I would be underwater if that happens. They are praying that doesn't happen here in Crystal River. I've spoken to a lot of residents who got out, but I also spoke to a lot who said they're going to wait. And now that time has come and gone. You cannot get out in these conditions. The county sheriff here telling me that he's going to pull his troopers off the road once the winds get to 30 to 35 miles per hour. That should be in a short time from now. So again, the big concern here, Crystal River, is the water, is that storm surge. As you've been reporting, here in the Big Bend, they have never, ever seen anything like this. This is a historical part of the state of Florida. A lot of tourists come here to swim with the manatees. Obviously, it's all closed now. It is under an evacuation order, and we'll be out here reporting throughout the storm. Craig, I'm going to send it back over to you.
All right, Tom Yamas there in Florida as well, Crystal River. Tom, thank you so much again. Stay safe, buddy. Mr. Roker is back now with a look at where that storm is, where it's headed. We heard a number of the correspondents talk about the possibility of tornadoes as well.
Yeah, in fact, Craig, this area, this pink area that's outlined, this is all a tornado watch that goes until 3 this afternoon. But down here between Sebring and Sarasota, we've got tornado warnings, and this is going to be a problem all day long into tonight. You can see we've got wind gusts. Perry, 38 miles per hour, 29 mile per hour wind gust in Tallahassee. Tampa, 58 mile per hour wind gust right now, and you can see those feeder bands, the heavy bands, starting to work their way in as Idalia gets closer. Now, here's the path. We make our way through, but look at this. It is still a Category 2 hurricane coming across southern Georgia. It's a tropical storm going over Charleston and then out into the Atlantic by Thursday afternoon. Here are the impacts we're looking at. Destructive winds with widespread power and communication outages. We're already seeing those, as we heard from everybody. Impassable roads, danger of falling trees and wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour. The tornado risk through tonight from Orlando, Valdosta, Georgia, Savannah, Charleston, all the way up to Wilmington. And this is not uncommon. Usually, again, in that right front quadrant of the storm, as it comes across, that's the most violent part of the storm. And so that's where we will see those tornadoes possible. And, of course, the flooding rain. Isolated 12-inch amounts from Tallahassee, Florida, all the way to Wilmington, Delaware, and that's why we have a flash flood risk, a moderate flood risk from Tallahassee all the way up to Wilmington. So, Craig, this is a very dangerous situation, but the storm surge is going to be one of the biggest problems.
Okay, buddy. We will be spending lots of time with you throughout the course of the morning. Of course, we will have much more on Hurricane Idalia, now a Category 4 storm, and its impact starting at 7 a.m. right here on Today. But for now, we'll return you to your regularly scheduled program. This has been an NBC News